What's happening, everybody? Jermaine Andre for Revealing Fake Martial Arts, and I'm responding to Caitlin Andre's question, where she asked me, how does wrapping your hands relate to a competition martial artist? Now, this is really important because I can recall during my fight career, as some of you saw, I posted a video from Michael Jai White, and it was a part of the movie, and it was a really good part where he was actually going over about why people wrap their hands. Now you can check that little scene out, it's on my Facebook page today, but I'm not going to go and cover everything he said. I'm just going to tell you the truth in the fact of relating to the martial arts and to competition. Follow me over there. The first thing you have to learn is it's very important to understand that anything that you use to strike with and hit with in the martial arts is a weapon. So I have to say this so much to my students, that you have to know how to make a proper fist, for one, and for two, you have to know what part of the fist to hit with, and for number three, you have to know the surface that you're trying to hit. Now, there is a difference between sport martial arts and self-defense martial arts. In sport martial arts, you have rules, you have protective gear. In self-defense, you have none of that. So as a martial artist, even if you're a person doing competition, if you're doing it for sport, you don't want to be a sport martial artist and that's all you can do, and you get into a self-defense situation, you get your butt whipped. You know, that happens all the time. You hear about professional boxers breaking their hands when they hit somebody. That's because professional boxers, you'll see them shadow box, and they shadow box like this because they want their hands to be relaxed. You know, but if you come to my martial arts school and I see you doing that, you hear me yelling at people, what you doing? Make a fist. Because in self-defense situation, you got to hit with a closed, tight fist. So the confusion happens. You say, well, should we be wrapping our hands or not? Does this make me not a martial artist as a competitor because I'm wrapping my hands? Now, you still do, as a competitor, you do have to wrap your hands. Or once you get to the point where when you're training, you start hitting hard. Because, of course, I can break bricks with my fist. You know, I've done it before. I can break boards, I can break a skull or whatever, but I can still break my hand. Now, as far as when I'm hitting a bag, you know, I can hit this bag bare knuckle as much as I want. And you can see how my knuckles are built, you know, from years and years of hitting like that. Now, because I generate so much power in my punches, I still can't injure myself. If I hit the bag incorrectly, it's possible to slip. You know, when I'm sitting there, I get tired, there's sweat on the bag, I can slip, break my wrist. 12 pounds of pressure breaks a wrist. Okay, and also these bones here, when you wrap your hands, it compresses those bones to help keep it from spreading, because when you hit, that impact goes right there on that hand. So you do, as a sport competitor or even as a fitness martial artist, you need to wrap your hands to save your hands and protect your hands. I wrap mine when I'm training, and that'll help you keep from injuring yourself. Now, as a self-defense martial artist and a real martial artist on the street in a self-defense situation, you do have to know how to hit bare knuckle, and you need to practice on the bag, hitting bare knuckle, striking with the right part of the proper part of your fist, making sure you're hitting the intended target. You know, this right here is what you're going to hit somebody in the forehead with. If they duck their head when you throw a punch, you throw a hand with your hand wide open, trying to relax them, and you know, like shadow boxing, like boxers do in shadow box, like competitive boxers do, you're going to break your hand and break your wrist. So that's your answer to that. It is important to wrap your hands at times as a martial artist, but you do need to know how to strike bare knuckle. Revealing Fake Martial Arts.